So yeah, I had no plans to make another New Jeans video, but this era blew me away. And I thought they were going to stick to the same formula from their last era, but they kind of changed it up. And I really wanted to research it, analyze it, and give my takes and opinions on it. Because other than Min Hee-jin, we have another person who was involved, Woo Suk-shin, who was the music director for it. And I also want to touch a bit on him and how he was involved. So yeah, buckle in, grab your favorite snack, and yeah, let's begin. So Adore announced that New Jeans' comeback will be with the single album OMG. And honestly, I was kind of disappointed that it's a single album, but not an actual album. And I'm just so tired of 4th-gen groups only dropping singles or just digital singles here and there and not actual albums. But I'm not a big fan of this trend. I'm not. But I just miss when in 3rd gen, oh my god, I'm going to sound like one of those fans, but I miss in 3rd gen when we would get actual mini albums and full-length albums, and they would actually be good in quality from start to finish. Okay, that's a side tangent rant. Let's move on. And if you feel the same, let me know. But yeah, their pre-release track was called Ditto, and Ditto received 2 music videos. One music video is called the A-side, and the other is the B-side. And the reason why the music videos are called A-side and B-side because it's a reference to both sides of cassette tapes, where the A-side features the hit single, whereas the B-side features, well, the B-side tracks. That's the reason why in K-pop, songs that are not the title track are referred to as B-sides. The music director for New Jeans' Ditto and also OMG ended up being Woo Suk-shin, and he has his own company, which is called Dollfiners Film. And of course, the producer is Min Hee-jin, but I don't want to talk much about her, so we'll just focus on Dollfiners and Woo Suk-shin for the most part. And from very limited amount of information available on him, from his Instagram to his profiles to his own website, all I found out is that he founded his own company, and he and his company are very famous for their work in the advertising industry. And I found this piece of information on my drama list, so I have no idea how accurate this is, but Woo Suk-shin is somebody who likes to write and direct unusual stories about characters who die, and unfortunately I could not find a lot of information about this man or his company. So yeah, Dollfiners, they have never really worked with K-pop groups in the past, and this is their first foray into incorporating their experience with indie films and also advertising and incorporating it in K-pop music videos. So it's really interesting that Adore chose them to work on New Jeans and give them the responsibility of New Jeans, despite the fact that they don't really have experience with K-pop groups. So I guess the focus was that they wanted New Jeans' music videos to have a much more cinematic appeal to them, and it definitely shows because of the concept and the imagery and the themes that were portrayed in the music video. The main concept of Ditto is how you can feel lonely despite being around your friends, but there are also a variety of interpretations, from many believing that this music video or the music videos are about New Jeans' parasocial relationship with their fans called Bunnies, like that's the fandom name. So Ditto is a Baltimore club sound song, and unlike High Boy and Attention, which were much more summery, this has a much more wintry approach to it, and it has the same 2000s throwback sound, and Minji contributed to the lyrics of Ditto, like yeah, that's my girl, and both where it features the members of New Jeans with a 6th girl whose face isn't ever shown, as she films them with a camcorder and then rewatches the videos as an adult. And even if the face of the girl is never shown, the girl was actually played by Park Ji-hoo, who starred in All of Us Are Dead and Little Women. And both the music videos capture the 90s to early 2000s VHS effect, where the video quality is grainy, fuzzy, and desaturated. The song also has a very retro sound to it, but it has some modern production twists so that it does not sound dated. And the pre-release track alone was able to score a certified all-kill for New Jeans. Like Monster Rookies indeed. It opens with a woman opening a box, and she plays an old VHS tape, and these tapes are of the New Jeans member. The music video is basically the 6th girl whose face is not shown, filming all the New Jeans members being teenagers doing teenage girl stuff. And we also find out from the music video that the name of the girl is Bun Hee-soo, and a lot of people think that Bun Hee-soo sounds like Bunny, which is New Jeans' fandom name. So the 6th girl is supposed to represent the fandom that, you know, records the members and is always there for them, supports them, even if the girls does not truly acknowledge, the girl's existence. And of course, all of a sudden, we have another cameo from a popular K-drama actor, and that is Chae Hyun-wook. And you might know him from the K-drama 2521 or Weak Hero Class, which I'm watching right now. And another thing you notice about the sixth girl, which is Jihoo, is that she has a broken hand and is wearing a cast. And it's never really shown in the music videos how she broke her hand or why she got the cast. But there is speculation from fans that this was a result of bullying or maybe even self-harm. And for the majority of the part, the music video focuses on her friendship with the girls, but it also focuses on her falling in love with this boy. Like, she is about to drink water from the fountain and her crush is there, and that is when the song begins for Ditto. So Ditto is implying that this song is about falling in love with a boy, but it could also be wanting a friendship with these girls. Yeah, but the lyrics are basically asking the other person they are confessing to say they like them back, ditto. And of course, there is a twist at the end of Side A's music video where the girls are possibly just a figment of imagination of Hisu. And maybe the friendship did not last, or maybe these girls did not exist, or maybe all this time Hisu was imagining her favorite idols being her friends and just filming them around at school, and people at school being like, is she okay? Because, she's filming people that aren't truly there. And this really puts the whole music video into perspective, that Hisu was lonely, she had no friends, and she possibly gravitated to her parasocial relationship with these K-pop idols, aka newjeans, or she just imagined them all this time. So it could be that as well. And then you have the B-side, which you think is very similar to the first one, but there are differences. And this one does clear up some confusion about the first one, while still being open to a lot of interpretations. So in this version, you can see that the classmates are obviously weirded out that Hisu is filming something that isn't there. And this B-side one focuses more on her crush on the boy. And I think one of the more important parts of the music video is when she drops the camera and she just leaves the girl when it's like raining. And then on her phone caller ID, it says Minji is calling her, but she does not answer the phone back. And then it ends with Hisu looking at the deer again, and it just leaves. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, in A side, she sees a deer, but in this time, she sees a deer and she lets the deer leave. But there is another theory that Hisu can see ghosts, and the girls are ghosts that died in the school. I don't know how concrete this theory is, but I think one theory that I definitely believe in is that the reason why Hisu drops the camera in the second music video is because she wants to let go of the girls and move on with her life, and that being friends with or getting into a relationship with Chae Hyun-wook's character or her love interest is what helps her finally move on with her life, move on from these girls that were likely never there, or girls that she imagined, or maybe these are just idols that she was a fan of and she imagined them as her friends, that they were part of her youth. As for the deer, this is my interpretation, I'm going to be honest with you, but I think the deer was there because from my research, what I found was that deers tend to represent yourself when you've been hurt and your heart needs tending, and deers tend to represent how you want to move towards your goal and you want to move on with your life and have positive intentions with a clear heart. Of course, this is just a very vague interpretation of the deer being there. I'm not saying that's the exact fact. That's just what I think. But I think the strongest theory for this is that both these music videos were just an allegory of newjeans' parasocial relationship with their fans. And it's really interesting for a K-pop company to address the fact that K-pop groups have parasocial relationships with their fans. Like, it's really interesting. It's really cool because a lot of the times I'm so sick and tired of K-pop idols and groups being marketed as your boyfriend or your girlfriend or as your lover. Like, I find it to be very, very icky. That's how I feel. And it's kind of hypocritical in the sense of Min Hee-jun's past actions and also Cookie. So yeah, I don't know what to say. But overall, I really liked both these music videos. It was very melancholic and sad, and I definitely wanted a movie version of both. And it reminded me of movies such as Sunny or Love Letter, which are like very old school films. But yeah, I really liked this comeback, and Ditto is definitely such a good song. Like, it's a very bittersweet song, and I like both the music videos. And I really appreciate that newjeans went for a much more mature concept and sound without, going down the stereotypical girl crush route. So props to them for that. Okay, now let's talk about OMG, which was the actual title track, and this time Honey wrote the lyrics for it. And this music video is quite the trip. It's very intense, so I was not prepared for this music video. One thing about newjeans that I personally really like is that we don't have any MV teasers, so it's like when you get the music video, you are genuinely surprised and you have no idea what you're truly gonna get. Sometimes it can be incredible and sometimes it can be downright horrific. If you know, you know. So OMG, I feel like I'm kind of mixed on this music video, and I'll get into it why, of course. So this music video opens with Kim Joo-han, and he is a popular actor. The girls are at a psychiatric facility and they're all patients, and I was kind of stunned at that. And of course, the doctor first asks Honey about her story, and then Honey, for I think a minute and a half, talks about how she believes that she is like an iPhone or that she is Siri. She even dresses up like Steve Jobs, and we get this sequence, montage, and visuals and sets of an iPhone and her being like Siri. And I was like, oh my god, I definitely was not expecting that. That's a very interesting way to start off a music video. And then the different girls have different delusions. Like Minji thinks that she is a doctor healing them all. Hain thinks that she is the main character in her story, so she acts like Cinderella, Snow White, the little match girl, and even at one point Daniel is her prince. Heron thinks she is a cat, which is fair, let's be honest. And Daniel believes that the girls are members of newjeans, and right now a music video is being filmed on them. So through Daniel's lenses, it gets very meta, and it keeps on getting meta from there when we get clips of newjeans' past releases like Attention and also them at award shows. And then of course we get a clip of Attention and then Minji just speaks to you right in the camera, and that was kind of weird but cool but also scary. And of course when the music video ends, there's like an end credit scene where you have a netizen complaining about the music video on Twitter about how it makes them uncomfortable, and then Minji tells the person to stop as their doctor, which means that the person criticizing the music video or newjeans on Twitter is also a patient at the psychiatry ward. So that was interesting. The music video also features a webtoon creator turned YouTuber called Mal Nyan, and it's speculated that his sketches were also in the music video. And of course there is also controversy with this music video because Adore does not know how to not be a little controversial with the releases. But yeah, there are allegations made against Adore that they didn't credit the set director's team, and Adore has yet to respond. And there's another controversy that the last clip where the netizen is typing the hate comment is Adore trying to mock us for bringing up the issue with Cookie and the Cookie music video and the situation and the lyrics. So I don't know. It could be. If it's done with that intent, then it's done in very poor taste. But if it's done with the intention of people just hating on newjeans for, I don't know, just breathing, then I get it. But yeah, let me know what you think. Did you think that the last clip was them mocking us for the cookie thing or not? I think it could be. I personally think it could be, but I don't know if it's actually true. So OMG is all about, somebody being so crazy in love with a person. So that's the reason why all the members are at a psychiatry ward. And I'm not a big fan of comparing, mental illness to being in love. But of course, let me know if some of you have it. I have seen some people comment that they felt uncomfortable with, the concept being about them at psychiatry wards, and that was done distastefully. But of course, let me know if you think that's the case or not. I personally am not the biggest fan of it, but I will say that the music video is creative, and it's definitely a music video that makes you want to rewatch and understand all the members and the characters. And there are some people who did praise the music video, saying that it resembles the movie I'm a Cyborg, but That's Okay, which is a Park Chung-wook movie that stars Rain, and I really want to watch it because of the comparisons. I'm personally not sure if the execution was done in good taste or not, but definitely let me know what you guys think below. Okay, so after I recorded this video, an article got published about, newjeans or Adore facing controversy for mental illness aesthetic used in the OMG music video, and I knew a part of me was kind of unsettled by this music video. Like, I wasn't straight up offended as somebody who has had a lot of mental health issues in the past. I was like, I don't know if this is done in good taste. And I kept on thinking, why did I have a problem with this? And it just clicked that the reason why I wasn't a big fan of the portrayal of mental illness in the OMG music video, because instead of showing how hard mental illness is for people, they show it off as a quirky trait in the music video. And it's not the worst thing that I personally have witnessed, but it's just not done that great in poor taste. And I think the last clip in the music video where, one of the haters that criticized, let's say, Min Hee-jin, allegedly, they're basically saying that they're mentally ill because they're in the mental hospital and they're at the psychiatry ward, and Minji tells them that it's time to stop. And Min Hee-jin is definitely somebody who does not take well to criticism at all. Every time somebody has come at her, she has told people that no, these allegations are completely groundless, and she has gotten away with a lot of the shit that she has done in the past few years. She even recently got rewarded at Mama, and I'm like personally disgusted by that. I don't like this woman, I'm sorry. Like, I can talk about newjeans' concept and their music and their style and how much I like it, but if there are things I don't like about it, I will also voice them. So yes, but another issue is that in the context of South Korea, this is especially damaging because in Korea, mental illness is very, very stigmatized, and people don't want to go to therapy or to a psychiatry ward or, get checked in because they know that they'll get ridiculed for it. And for this music video, and newjeans is a really popular girl group, so for them to have this kind of music video where it compares mentally ill people to haters, and also with portraying the girls in your stereotypical way of a mental health patient where they're in hospital gowns and all of that, and they're going crazy. And also it's kind of weird that they're comparing mental illness of all things to falling in love with somebody. Like, I get it, there are people who become really obsessed with people, like stalkers, and they're definitely mentally ill, but it's like, I don't know, to lumping all of them into that category kind of feel icky. And I feel like if you're gonna have a concept of a music video where members are suffering or dealing with mental illness, it should be done in good taste, and it should be shown that yes, the members are having delusions, and the members are imagining things and believing things that are not true, but it's really impacting them. It's really making them hurt, because if there's one thing, like, I have depression, I have anxiety, I have OCD, I have all of that, and there's nothing quirky about that. Okay, there's nothing quirky about me having OCD and just checking the door like 20 times at night or checking the stove 20 times at night. It drives me fucking insane. I hate just being like this, and it really makes me suffer my daily life. Okay, and I also too create imaginary scenarios in my head, like really horrible imaginary scenarios in my head. So it's kind of done in poor taste when the girls are dealing with this kind of stuff, but it's not shown in the way it should be. Like, if you're gonna have mental illness in the music video to make it a concept, then you should show that the girls are actually suffering, that the girls are actually having a hard time. So to use mental illness as this quirky aesthetic, I don't know, at first I did not really get why it's upsetting me, but now I get. I'm not saying you cannot have a music video, or you cannot have music video where the members are mentally ill or in a psychiatry ward, but I'm saying if you're gonna do it, you should do it in a very authentic way, or do it in good taste. People are using ADHD as like a quirky trait, so it's kind of like that for me personally. But yeah, that's the rant for that. Of course, let me know if you agree or disagree. I know I'm gonna have some people who are gonna say, oh, I'm being a hater, and you know what, fair, fine, if you want to say that, go say that. But I personally adore newjeans' music. I wouldn't be talking about their music or their concept if I did not love it, but that does not mean I'm not gonna talk about things I don't like. Back to your scheduled programming, I guess. But I will say Ditto and OMG has common themes, and those common themes is you wondering if all of it was an illusion or not. And of course, the subject matters are much more darker in tone. And it's also very surreal, and I know people throw around the word surreal a lot, but surreal means when you have elements where fantasy and reality like blend in with one another, and you wonder what is real, what is not real. And yes, I learned what surreal meant when I saw Perfect Blue for the first time, which really messed with me, but I still love that movie. Both songs also talk about being lovesick and really wanting the other person to like you back, and they both have like very wintry atmospheres and sounds that also hark back to the 90s, trends and sounds. Both music videos have impressive cinematography and really cool sets. By the way, Adore, if you have not credited your team, credit them now. And I really like that the concepts and the sounds are very cohesive through both Ditto and OMG. And despite the fact that they evoke different kinds of message, they revolve around the same topic of love and longing. And I think that this kind of theme really resonates with the winter season because winter often represents being lonely and sad, but winter can also have a deeper meaning where it represents time before spring and a period where you reflect on your past and get ready for a new beginning by the time spring rolls around. For the Ditto music video, at least, when Hisu's character moves on, grows up, looks back fondly on her childhood memories with these girls, has also moved on with her life and grown up. I think it represents the winter time as well, where things might be hard now, but you're willing to move on and be stronger. And I kind of feel like that right now with what I'm going through, which I'm not going to get into, but I kind of feel like that especially right now in the winter season. OMG and Ditto are definitely those nostalgic times with your friends or lovers that you cherish despite bitter and hard memories being attached to them. And I like that newjeans does not have a specific target demographic, that they try to appeal to men, women of all ages, and that they are a group that has something for everyone. And I personally really like them as a group, and I like their music. I can't say I'm like attached to the members because they're like so young, but I really like their sound and I like their concept, and that is where my relationship with newjeans ends. So okay, but yeah, let me know what you thought about this era. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think that the OMG music video was done in poor taste or not? Like to know. But yeah, okay, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.